The troubling new details we brought you at 4 and 5 about Antioch school shooter Solomon Henderson raises new questions now about why so many red flags were missed.
Yeah, we now know on the morning of the shooting, Henderson and his mother signed probation paperwork in which he vowed not to have a gun or ammunition.
Our chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley first broke this story. Jeremy, I know you've been reading through his juvenile court records for the last several hours now.
Yeah, that's right, Lauren. We just obtained them late this afternoon, and they show why, long before the shooting, Solomon Henderson was a very troubled young man, and his parents were aware of all of it. Take a look at Henderson's criminal timeline. On November 6, 2023, he was arrested, charged with 2 felonies for sexual exploitation of a minor. Court records show he was in possession of child pornography and distributed the materials. The next day, November 7th, he was released to his mother and ordered to have no access to the internet. Yet we know that he posted several troubling messages online. On April 10, 2024, the case was essentially dropped as he entered treatment at a mental health facility. Just 6 months later, on October 25, 2024, he was arrested again, this time charged with bringing a weapon to school, a box cutter. He was charged with attempted reckless endangerment after threatening to cut a student at Antioch High School. On January 8, 2025, he was granted judicial diversion, essentially steering him towards community-based services instead of incarceration. On the morning of January 22, 2025, he and his mother both signed paperwork stating he was not to have access to guns or ammunition. Later that day, Henderson opened fire at the cafeteria of Antioch High School, killing Jocelyn Correa Escalante. Okay, so you may be wondering, how do we get these juvenile records? Well, a law was passed this session, drafted by Representative William Lambert, that calls for the release of juvenile records if the juvenile becomes a school shooter. Now, we tried to speak with his parents for these stories, but so far have not made contact with them. We'll keep working on that, Lauren.
Okay, Jeremy, thank you. And we're